Aldebaran Park Maori Mile and the Bendigo Cup are going to be here next Saturday night at Bendigo. Duncan McPherson, welcome.
Thanks, Paul. Great to be at Bendigo the week before.
Prelude coming up to it in a way.
Yeah.
We've got the Aldebaran Zeus hats on. Of course, he actually won it last year. Firstly, it was a great thrill for you. The emotion I saw afterwards, it meant a fair bit to you, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a time-honoured race, and as I've said in a few media posts recently, it's the gateway to the world, with sparkling success invited to Yonkers in 2018, and unfortunately he was injured, and then the invitation was there again for the others, and fortunately Aldebaran Zeus won that race and got ears pricked over at Yonkers, and we have promoted this race as a stepping stone to Yonkers and invite Alex Doyen and the Harness Racing Standardbred Owners Association over there to have a look at the race and keep an eye on the winner of this and see how they go forward from here. And I'm sure that this year Alex and the team over there at Yonkers International Raceway will be watching the race and taking notes, and we'll see how it goes.
And that's exactly the part. It's the first week in January. People know when it is. It's the same time every year, so people know the build-up to this race. Overseas, people are aware of it. The trotters that we've got going out and about, people are aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those races that we, as you've said, we know when it's on. It's the first Saturday in January, which is most important. People can pencil in. Trainers know exactly what's going on. You aim your horse at it 3 or 4 months ago. Those that have been to the Inter-Dominion, some may come back for this, but if you didn't go to the Inter-Dominion, well, this is the first leg of the Aurora Australis, which is the trotting series in the Southern Hemisphere. There's $750,000 worth of prize money over the duration, and as hard as we can promote what we're doing down here with Southern Hemispherical racing and with the deeds of Just Believe recently, again, ears are pricked around the world, and he's ranked in the top 10 from what I can understand around the world, and it's the first time that Southern Hemispherical racing is gathering momentum, and we've just got to keep it rolling. And I'm sure that the Aldebaran Park Bendigo Maori Mile will keep it rolling undoubtedly this year.
It's a world-class track. It was actually designed by a Swedish gentleman, I believe. I could be wrong, but it was definitely someone from overseas anyway, helped design it. But the times they can run on this track, and especially in January, when if you can get that nice clear, no breeze, it's not necessarily ideal for the patrons, but they can set this track alight, and they will set benchmarks that will stand the test anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and I think, we're a 1,000-metre track, and if we're running 53, 54, which is what we need to do around here, that's what the attention grab is. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a great night next week, and as you've correctly said, let's just hope the weather gods are on our side, and the Zeus is the god of thunder, and let's make sure that, well, he's not here this year. He's on his way home, he's in Chicago at the moment doing quarantine, and hopefully back next year. But let's hope it's a great night, and the public and the Bendigo people come out and support the event, not only but the Maori Mile, but also it's the Bendigo Pacing Cup night, so it's an important night for Bendigo.
It's an important night. It kicks off so many things. The Aurora Australis is one of those things that we want to make sure people are aware that this does kick it off. Unfortunately, the Inter-Dominion, we're not going to have Just Believes in those horses, Aldebaran Zeus, because of him being overseas. Possibly Queen Elida, I would imagine, possibly not going to be here either. Doesn't take this race away, and doesn't take away from the Aurora Australis, something that Harness Racing Victoria have got behind and promoting the trotters. It's 6 weeks of some of the best trotting races in Australasia, and we want to stamp it across the world. There's so many great races that are going to happen in the next 6 weeks. Yeah,
and I mean, it's about timing, and there's some lures over in the water for the Kiwis to come across, and they've been before. Whether they come across, I'm sure that some will come across for the Great Southern Star, and obviously they've got their slot race over there in April. So, trotters are up and running, and whether the horses from the Inter-Dominion are ready to go in the Maori Mile, I'm sure they'll be ready to go at the back end of the Aurora Australis, but it won't detract from the horses that are there, and you've got, I'm Ready Jet and a couple of other horses that are stepping right up there, and there's no reason why we can't promote around those horses as well, and we've probably got the best crop of open class trotters we've had for many, many years in Victoria.
She won it 2 years ago. She did contest last year as well, so she loves the race. I mean, and Anton loves it too. It's one of those time-honoured races. That's what we want. We want to promote these races, make sure people are aware of them, and what they mean to Australians as well. So as Victorians and harness racing people and trotting people.
And when you've got the 6-leg Aurora Australis and the world's watching with a bonus attached to it for the leading points winner, It's a unique series and something that we need to make sure that not only people in our industry know about it, but we've got to get it out into the broader public. So I know the Bendigo Advertiser do a great job, and I'm sure that they'll be on board with the promotion of the race next week. And the Aurora Australis will get a mention in every step of the way.
Dunk, thank you. You and I can talk for a long time. We try and keep it as short as we can. We've worked this part out.
We go pretty well.
But we are looking forward to it. Aldebaran keeper, was she some chance she might step up next week? Or
we'll just see how we go tonight. I mean, you've just got to go one step at a time. So
this will go out after that. So see if you're Nostradamus and you can predict the future.
Oh, well, I'm not too good at predicting the future. Look, you've just got to grade your horse and you've got to know where your opportunities are. And so, if she goes well tonight, she's been a bit stiff. And then, obviously, Aldebaran Dino, he's got the ability. We've just got to get his head right. And so, maybe they'll both line up. Maybe one of them will line up. But I reckon there'll be an Aldebaran there somewhere next week.
And it'll be a lot of fun. Make sure you're here at Bendigo the 6th of January.
Absolutely.
Cup week. Shawnee's going to be here as well. But he might not get fed because we told him he wasn't allowed to annoy us while we're doing the interview. He might be hungry by then.
He might get a feed, but it's a long walk home.
Duncan, thank you very much, mate.
Thanks, Paul, and all the best. Cheers.